The NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's looking up new customers. Play just $5. Get $75 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code NBA SGPN. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No, me, no, the voice of the guy. It's me, really relevant, around Terrell from Junior here at your service.
How about if you sweep it out?
What's the point? I can't do anything right.
You'll do fine.
Hey, pal. You just blowing from Stupid Town?
Yeah, I did, because, like, I can't even say good day to the haters today, because it's like, yeah, the haters had a good day in my picks, but if I had listened to myself and literally anything else I said, almost anything else, I'd be good. Like, oh, dear God. But I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe that goes a little bit into the Trae Young doesn't need to be on this team and you guys need to trade him like as humanly expeditiously possible. But despite them not being that far off from the cover, 11 points, I needed 16 and a half. The Hawks were like strangely in that game for a large duration of it.
They were winning part of the game.
Yeah, especially in the first half. Nickeil Alexander-Walker with, I mean, just the level of difficulty in that shot. I felt like it wasn't talked about enough in the broadcast,
lefty like half court
online. I think the only person that I just saw that gave it, like, I feel like the credit it deserves is KD. Because what do you mean you just took that shot? Wait, why did you even shoot that with your left hand? What made you say put it up with the left hand?
It didn't even hit the backboard or the rim. That was just right.
And you held it.
Yeah.
The amount of confidence in a left-hand shot from that far away in that moment. I mean, I know that it doesn't count to like anything. So you're like, I'm just putting up whatever. But that's like the ultimate just whatever shot. Like, if you have a basketball, just go try to shoot that shot with your opposite hand. Like, since you probably don't even get anywhere close to the rim. Like, it is an insanely difficult shot. Wow. But yeah, Atlanta was very much in that game. So I didn't get OKC laying the big number there. For the dog, I honestly, truly, I believe that we could have been in there in the second half, but it started off really, really bad because, boom, Kobe White goes down. And you're like, oh, well, that's not good. And then a few minutes later, boom, Josh Giddey has a hamstring pull. Oh, whoa. Oh, so now the Bulls are in complete fade territory, huh? Like,
at that point, they lost by like 90. Like, the game ended in 5 minutes after that.
And there's no point, like, there's nothing to talk about the Chicago Bulls if Josh Giddey and Kobe White are out. But this is what they need. Because guess what? Josh Giddey, Kobe White go down. They go down. Like, now they're about to go on a crazy losing streak. And then they come back and we bet the Bulls again. And they go on their run and they battle themselves back to 500. I have the script here. So I lost those two, Scott. And then, I mean, almost everything. Toronto gets the win late as Orlando collapses. Milwaukee gets a strong win over Charlotte. The Knicks just decide, hey, not cussing. Cat is banned. Absolutely banned. I know I haven't played Scott's music yet. We'll get to him. Cat is banned. I mean, at no point will I be betting Karl Anthony Towns for the rest of the season. Not one. I don't care what the matchup looks like. Start your centers against the Celtics. I will be playing Mitchell Robinson, not Cat. There is no point that I am going to play Cat for the rest of the season. It is December 30th. Great. That's perfect because guess what? I just left Karl Anthony Towns in 2025. He's not coming with me in 2026. It's not happening. If the Knicks do not go to the NBA Finals this year, it will be Karl Anthony Towns' fault. That's actually the last I have to say about that. Scott Studio Reichel. Scott, What's going on? All right, I guess I'm playing his music. I'm playing the music.
It's fine, whatever. Just not going. So.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay, all right. Sorry, Scott.
No, it's all good. It wasn't in the budget. It's fine. Yeah, not a great episode for me either. Just didn't work out. Ended up taking the Nets plus the points. Well, that worked.
That works. Okay. Whatever.
Okay. Either way. Well, it was chalk because the Warriors won, and I didn't take the Warriors, so that just didn't work out. But yeah, the Nets, pretty weird line move. Move from like 3.5 to 6.5, and I don't really know why. And the Warriors won and covered anyway. Nets were competitive. It just didn't work out in the fourth quarter. So either way, picked up a loss there. For the dog, you mentioned Cat. I mean, he no-showed the entire game. I got into foul trouble immediately, and at that point, it was over. So Cat's defense ended up killing him for the entire game because he couldn't play for the last couple minutes there in the first half, and it felt like he did basically nothing for most of the game. So, yeah, good matchup. Didn't matter. Knicks got the win anyway, but Cat didn't really contribute much to that. So, yeah, not very good. But either way, we'll move on. I'm a bit annoyed at myself, though, because I should have just taken the over in the Heat game, which I felt very good about. And I specifically said, I know the Knicks game went over too, but I said that I think the highest total on the board should have been the Heat Nuggets game. Yeah. And even with Joker getting injured, that game landed like 270. So I should have just taken the over, but it is what it is. Whatever. We move.
Yeah. A lot. Oh, wow. A lot. A lot happened yesterday. Jokic did go down. That happened. Yeah, like I said, despite that Brooklyn Nets final score, they were in that game.
I still don't understand the line move at all. Like nobody sat for the Nets either. It wasn't a last second injury. But
it was just a confirmation. It was confirmation that Steph was playing, and Steph and Jimmy was playing. That's all it was. Nobody knew if Steph and Jimmy were going to play on the second leg of back to back. Once they found that out, they're like, boom, line move.
Either way, point is Golden State covered, but the Nets were very competitive in most of that game.
And shout out to the Indiana Pacers, by the way, for getting the cover, even though they were getting their teeth kicked in last night.
Yeah, they outscored the Rockets by 20, I think, in the fourth quarter because Houston doesn't care.
Yeah,
and Indiana, so
can never. Yeah, that is never going to lay that number with Houston ever.
Yeah,
and then shout out to the Cavs for looking like a basketball team for once.
They've been looking good for the last week, and people forgot about it because they blew the game against the Knicks. But they've actually been playing better lately. But better late than never. I wouldn't trust them in a playoff series, but if you want to actually show effort and try on defense, good for you. It only took you about 3 months. At least you're trying on defense now.
Is Donovan Mitchell ever going to get like any backlash for not getting further than what he is, or is it just like it's cool because we know it's kind of the Donovan Mitchell show?
I mean, you're talking about playoffs, right?
Yeah. Like, I just feel like Donovan Mitchell, how old is he? He's got to be almost 30 now. He's got to be like 29. I feel like we're the same age. I feel like he's got to be like 29,
let's see how old he is. He is currently 29.
Yeah, same age. I don't know. I don't know. I'm curious
it depends how you
what level of respect do we give Donovan Mitchell? Because he's going out there and getting 30, 35.
Well, that's kind of the point. I mean, if you want to just push it to one specific series and mention that's basically the story of his career, like, what do you do about the Jamal Murray series? Your team blew a 3-1 series lead. You scored 50-plus points in basically 4 separate games in the series, but you blew a 3-1 lead. Mm-hmm. So, like, what do? Do you blame Mitchell for that? Do you blame the team for it? I mean, people used to blame Gobert for the 3-point defense and all. I think Mitchell's a very good scorer. Do I think he's a great defensive player? No. Do I think he's a good defensive player? No. So I think that he's going to be a problem on one end of the floor. And I do think, despite being a great scorer, if the shot's not falling, he's not going to really give you anything. And do you think he's good off ball? Does he need the ball in his hands all the time? Pretty much. So you have some limitations there, but I'm not really sure how to describe Mitchell's playoff career when it's a bunch of losses, but he's putting up monster scoring games, and they might still be losing anyway. Over the last couple of years has not been very good. That Knicks series was disgusting, where they got blown out. He's had a couple of bad runs, but once again, he blew technically a 3-1 lead against Denver, despite averaging like 40-plus points per game. So I don't know how you want to grade that for Mitchell, Mm-hmm. It's tricky. But
I don't know. I think, yeah.
And as a rookie, he beat Westbrook and Paul George.
But I feel like that's the biggest moment, and then it's like...
Correct. But nobody gave them a chance in that series, and they still won it. So that's
like, have you ever had a roller coaster that just automatically took you to the big drop as soon as it started, and then boom, and then it's nothing else at the end? Like, it's just like, I'm not even a roller coaster guy, but I've seen those ones where it's like, just go ahead and does it real quick.
You can argue supporting cast, could be the reason, but I'll put it this way. I do not think Mitchell's good enough to be the number one on a title-winning team.
Okay.
I think he's a 2. Nothing wrong with that, but I don't think he's a 1.
Who would he be a 2 to?
Well, you can, figure that out as you go, but I'm just saying I don't think he could be the best player on a title team.
All right.
I'm assuming you agree with that based on the results, but
I mean, as of right now, yeah. I don't know how I feel about him. I really don't. There's times where I'm like Tomorrow in a chat, I'm a Donovan Mitchell hater, and then there's other times where I'm like, you're really good, but it's like, you're so good. Why are you like? Why does this not work for you? Like, why?
I think it's simple for me. I think he's a great scorer, and if you want to end the compliments there, that's fine. I think he can pass. We've seen some crazy baseball passes by him and all, but he's a shoot first guy. I think he's a very, very solid scorer. But unfortunately, to be the number one on a title team, you got to also play defense, and Mitchell does not really play much defense. So that's kind of where I'm at. He's not as bad as Trey, but he doesn't really guard anybody.
All right. Get access to all our free picks and podcasts in one convenient place, the SGPN app. Download it for free over there in your app store, Google Play Store, whatever store. Make sure you go tap in and get that SGPN app. Just type in SGPN. Yeah. Interesting league, man. Interesting league. Ooh, I can't believe the NBA has found a way to keep me entertained with the storylines. It's normally gets kind of dry at one point, but I feel like I'm very entertained in this.
Well, you always
get
the rumors for months. You have like the Giannis rumors, and you always.
Oh yeah, and then the Ja,
nothing ever happens, but you just have the illusion of it happening.
The Ja stuff. He and T have now got into it. Wizards fans. Yeah. It's all just so funny.
And now you got Trey stuff. You always have rumors involving players. It always happens.
Speaking of Ja, they're at home tonight welcoming the Philadelphia 76ers. 76ers are laying 1.5 on the road. 234.5 is the total. Injury report. And we have here for the Philadelphia 76ers, it looks like Joel Embiid is a questionable here today. To be honest, I did not have the injury report pulled up, but I went ahead and started reading off Joel Embiid's name because I knew it would be on the injury report.
It always is.
By the time I got to it, I got questionable out, but I already started saying Joel Embiid's name before I pulled it up because I knew he was going to be up there. Kelly Oubre is out. Trendon Watford's out. We have for the Memphis Grizzlies, Jock Landale is questionable. KCP is out. Vince Williams Jr. is out. Brandon Clark out. Zach Edey out. John Conchar out. Have we seen Ty Jerome this season yet?
No,
or Scottie Pippen Jr.?
No.
All right.
I think Jerome.
We didn't get one game of Scottie.
I don't think
it wasn't like game one. He wasn't game one and then out.
I can check that.
Maybe not. Maybe we haven't seen him at all. Wow.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the Jerome one was technically worse because Pippen, people knew going into the year that he was going to miss a long time with surgery. Jerome, people thought, it's going to be like a month or two, and now he's
honestly, I'm not going to lie, Scott. I have no idea what's wrong with him.
Jerome? I forgot what was wrong with him.
What is his injury? Why is he out? What is he dealing with?
Jerome,
currently dealing with the high-grade right calf strain that he suffered in preseason.
I know calf injuries are a big deal, but 2-3 months with a calf strain is kind of wild. But
you didn't play at all in 2025. You can only play in 2026 at this point. This is insane.
You can argue the biggest question mark injury right now is Scoot because people thought he was going to play 2 months ago. But
yeah, Scoot's been.
But he also hasn't played all season. So there are a couple of injuries that people don't really know what's going on. But either way, the Grizzlies, we know, are very shorthanded, but Ja's alive, so at least he's back. But, I mean, do you have any thoughts on Philly? Because Philly's still above 500. They don't look great. Paul George looks pretty old, and Embiid we know never plays, but they're 2 games over. So do you have any thoughts on this game?
Yeah, Philly good at covering on the road. That doesn't impact them. I know going into Memphis here, but they've been very, very solid in being able to get things done on the road this season. 9 Whoa, excuse me, Bert. 9-3-1 on the road this season, and that's with 2 non-covers at OKC and at Chicago. So they were really, really good until this little stretch of games where they've been losing. And yeah, I don't know. I just keep deferring to Philly just because they've been really solid this year, and maybe this is the part of the season where we need to just go ahead and get off them because now Joel Embiid and Paul George are like actually playing minutes. They have just thrown Jared McCain to the wasteland and like not even really giving him an opportunity to even get going this season anymore. I think the Joel Embiid could probably still be an issue here for the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies haven't been playing defense at all whatsoever. We're giving up about 120 points per game. That's not going to be enough to get it done against the 76ers team that can get hot from scoring if you let them. Typically more slow pace, typically not going up and down the court. I think that's going to throw this Grizzlies team off that's going to try to run at home here. The turnovers are going to be an issue, but yeah, I just keep deferring to Philly, man. What feels good about, like, what feels solid about the Memphis Grizzlies right now and how they're playing ball? Like, it just kind of feels like it's kind of, maybe you get a Santi Aldama game here, maybe Coward comes out here and gives you a good game, but like, Ja just clearly doesn't have it anymore.
Yeah, you can, even when on dunks, you can tell the explosiveness isn't. It's
not there.
What it used
he's
to
not
be.
He's not getting up nearly as high, even off of the first dribble. Like it just doesn't look as good.
But at the same point, I am going to point out that the last couple games since coming back from injury, he has actually looked pretty good. 17-10 against Milwaukee. He had 21-7 against Washington. They lost the game to the Wizards, which is never a good sign. But he's shot in 50+% in 2 straight games, so that counts for something. Against Milwaukee, I was impressed. He had 17-10. He attempted 0 3-pointers. I'm proud of him. He's starting to learn that he can't shoot. But either way, point is that he's playing pretty well. He's come back from injury. The problem that I still have is you still have Jaren Jackson Jr. as your center, and you basically can't rebound the ball. So Embiid, I know, is not a great rebounder, but you still have, of course, Drummond, who's a monster rebounder. So if Embiid ends up sitting, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'll take the Sixers in this game. I just think when it comes to Maxey having really no defensive matchup for him, because we know Ja's not going to guard him. So Maxey might have a monster game in this game anyway. But I do think on the glass, Memphis really has to commit everybody to the boards because they don't have that, I'd say, strong center to actually get them 12 rebounds a game. We know Jaren Jackson Jr. runs away from the basketball half the time. So I see Drummond having a monster game if he ends up starting. You'd argue that Landell maybe has a good game, but I don't really. Landell's questionable, might not even play. So you have no centers on your entire team. Unless Aldama gives you like a double-double, I don't really see much rebounding. So I'll go with Philly. I think Maxey can drop 30, 35. Drummond, if he ends up playing, can give you a solid 15 and 15, honestly. And Philly wins the game. So I'll go for Philly in this one.
All right. Yeah. I kind of want to, I feel like as people who have years of being on the show, I'm a Memphis guy, but I'm just very, very I don't feel good about this Memphis team.
And I give Ja props once again. I'm a pretty big Ja hater on the show, but he has been good the last 2 games since he came back. So we'll see if that continues. But once again, as we both acknowledged, the best part of his game was the explosiveness and the speed. And it's just not the same as it used to be. I'll put it this way. If Maxey and Ja raced today, Maxey would be what, like minus 500?
Oh, minus 1,000.
That's what I'm saying. Like Ja used to. You can argue they both used to be in the same class.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Now they're not. Like Maxey's just faster at this point, and it's fine. But it's acknowledging Ja's not the same incredible athlete he used to be. He's still a really good athlete, but it's not the same as it used to be when he was posterizing half the league.
Yeah.
So I'll go with Philly.
All right. Breaking news in the NBA. Nikola Jokic, after hyperextending his knee last night in the game against the Miami Heat, is going to miss at least 4 weeks.
To be honest, that's actually pretty good news. It's pretty good news.
Yeah, that is not longer. I mean, well,
Yeah, 'cause
that it was a hyperextended knee.
Yeah, you have people on Twitter who don't know what an ACL injury looks like, and they're going, "Up, season's over." It's like, no, if you miss a month or two, you're going to fall in the standings. This team's probably going to lose a bunch of games now because Joker was carrying this team. But at least he'll be healthy by around the All-Star break, a little bit after. You'll be back for a month or two before the playoffs. Like, this could be worse. It's fine.
I think it's fine.
Yeah. Once again, if the alternative was
if you're out for a month, just hold them out until the All-Star, like after the All-Star.
Yeah, if your alternative was your best player in the entire league is going to be missing the entire season, your season is over. At least you have a chance in the playoffs, so it could be worse.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Denver is now a complete fate now until after the All-Star break. Because there's no point in bringing them back. 4 weeks from now is literally a week or so from the All-Star break. 2 weeks from the All-Star break. So you're not bringing him. 11 days. So you're not bringing him back before that. So and look, who do they play the first game after the All-Star break?
Was it OKC? I don't know.
The Clippers.
Oh, okay.
He's coming. That's clearly the target date.
Either way,
right now they're looking around the table like, all right, let's try to make sure he's back.
Denver's going to have problems in the immediate future, but long term, this could have been a lot worse. So you'll take the month and you'll move on.
They are definitely about to be. What? They're down 4 starters now.
Correct. They need Murray to basically average 35 points per game, but which is not going to happen. But we'll see what happens.
I bet you next week they rush one of those guys back.
I actually don't think so, because Denver, once again, as long as they're out of the play-in, they'll think that they can handle anybody because they got Joker and they'll find a way. So we'll see. But it makes it interesting for OKC because initially you had the Spurs against the Nuggets in the second round. There's a chance OKC might have to beat the Nuggets and the Spurs in the Western Conference, and that gets very interesting. So we'll see how far Denver falls.
All right. Let's see. Before we get to the next game in the slate, got to talk to you about Kashi. Partnering up with a real money prediction market, legal in all 50 states. Make sure you head over there and trade a ton of markets. It could be NFL, college football, college basketball, NBA, all that and more. Plus, you can get into politics, entertainment, even the weather over there with Kashi. So new Kashi customers can get $20 when they use promo code SGPN. That is KALSHI. Kashi, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Underdog. Carl Anthony Towns.
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh my gosh!
Shout out to Castle. He did his part for the show, but Cat ruined it.
And Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah.
And I mean Fox even played.
Fox played and Castle still went higher on the.
What are you doing, yo?
Whatever.
Like such a.
For the record, I would still pick the Knicks to come out of the East, but if they don't, it's because of Cat.
No, it's because it's Cat. No, now I'm completely because it's always something. It's always something. 2 years ago, it was the freaking Pacers, and I felt like, was it a
pinky injury? What do you have? You couldn't shoot.
Yeah, something like that, and then Josh Hart had went down. All of that, it just went completely bad, and I'm like, all right, cool. Next year, beat Boston. Play the Pacers again. Oh my gosh! Like
it was not fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I say all that to say I'm now extremely pessimistic because now I see how it's gonna happen. It's gonna be a combination of Cat sucking and Mike Brown not knowing when to pull him. Those two are going to ruin the Knicks.
To be fair, Robinson not playing yesterday contributed part of it, but either way, look, we're in the middle of an ad read, but Cat's defense is definitely something to keep an eye on for the playoffs. No,
I mean we can stay in the middle of an ad read because do not take Cat on underdog.
Yeah,
do not.
I'm good.
Do not put Cat in underdog lineups. No.
See, the problem is, who he would have taken yesterday if he was playing?
Who?
Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we had to pivot and it didn't work out. But
whatever. And we probably would have either voided or cashed.
Yeah, probably.
All right, so Underdog is where you pick higher or lower on your favorite player beside Cat's fantasy stats. And you can get promos, Underdog Unwrapped, where they'll give you a 50% off, 25% off, anything like that. Just go see what kind of promo they will give you throughout the holiday season. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5. Get $75 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code NBASGPN. We've got the Will Hardy Bowl. Boston Celtics on the road going to play the Utah Jazz. Jazz catching 8.5 at home. 240.5 is total injury report. And we have for these two teams, it looks like, whoa, let's get back on the screen there. There we go. All right, Jason Tatum. Why do you have him on the injury report? Get him off the injury report. Like, we get it. He's out. He's not coming back. Relatively clean injury report here for the Boston Celtics. Keontae George is a questionable for the game today. Ace Bailey is out. Kevin Love is out. Georges Niang is out. We know Walker Kessler is done for the year. With that being said, Isaiah Collier season, thank you. Sign me up. Absolutely. Absolutely.
We know Keontae's been basically an all-star this season, so Utah's still at home. They've been great at covering and winning. They beat Detroit. So, they can definitely show that they can beat Boston too. If Keontae does sit, though, we just hope Collier ends up with 12 assists and Lowry drops 40.
Oh, double for Collier if Keontae sits.
Is that the game plan? Just let Lowry go for 35 and go from there? I
think that you could, honestly, that ladder on Collier's assists, I've seen him with like a 14 assist game. When he gets the ball in his hands, I'm just make the right play, give it to my guys, and this Utah Jazz team is not afraid to go up and put up the offense. Only concern here, honestly, is how good is the Celtics offense going to be today?
That is basically the question. I like the over in the game, whether Keontae plays or not. I think Boston is going to still jack up a bunch of threes. If they win, they could score 130. Utah's been winning games, but they don't guard anybody. All their home games are track meets, and they just outscore the other team. So we saw Utah
scoring 125 points per game in their last 5 games.
Once again, if Keontae sits, that's a big blow to the offense. But
it is.
I still like the over because I think if Boston does get revenge, Boston's probably dropping 130. And if Utah wins, both teams probably get to 120, and you get a shootout anyway. Also, shout out to Utah. A reminder, they beat Boston in the first meeting this season because of my Nurkic play. Shout out to Nurkic on the game winner. But either way, I'll go with the over in this game. I just see a bunch of points no matter who actually wins.
Yeah, I like over as well. It's clear. You're taking Utah. 13-5 ATS at home this season. It's nothing really to talk about there. They continue to give this team a whole bunch of points at home, and I understand it. They are not a good basketball team, especially with how they play on the road, but they have 8 wins on the season at home. They only had 12 wins overall on the year. 8 of them are at home. 8-10 straight up at home this season for a team that is deemed as one of the worst teams in the league. Like, they're covering, they're keeping themselves in these games. They're scoring a whole bunch of points. This is Will Hardy going up against the Celtics. He understands this team. The Jazz have been able to cover this. They covered earlier this season in Boston, won outright as a 10.5-point dog. Now they're 8.5 point dogs here at home, where they actually play their better style of basketball. Oh, come on, man! This is a money line play tonight. Utah plus 8.5.
You could argue that every Utah home game's a money line play.
No, it really should be. It really should be. But like, I understand the thought that Boston could try to come out here and get revenge, but I think this is Will Hardy having a good group. Yeah, it may be a little bit questionable. We'll see what the Keontae George thing does to it, but I trust Isaiah Collier. He's been very, very good coming off of the bench this role. He was very good starting when they were really, really bad last year. And so I think it's going to be pretty seamless, even if he goes into the starting lineup and Keontae George comes out. Just a little bit less scoring because George can go out there and give you 25, and I'm not expecting a 25 or anything like that from Collier, just a bunch of assists. So I'm on Utah. I think Utah finds a way, gets this done. Plus 8.5, plus 240 on the money line. And I'm with you. I like the over as well.
Yeah, I see the comment section pointing out that Brown is going for the most consecutive 30-plus point games with Boston, so there might be some stat padding involved. I like the angle in general. I think he could drop 30 anyway because Utah can't guard anybody. But if there's extra incentive and they might bring him back in a blowout just to get to 30, kind of like what LeBron had it with 10-plus points, but remember when Harden had that? Harden was dropping like 30 every game, and they were subbing him back into 20-point blowouts.
So that he could have another 30, so he could get another 30.
Same thing here. I'm fine with that. So
we talked about it in the preseason that Jaylen Brown could average 30 this year because he wants to, and he wants to prove a point. Like,
I don't know if Jaylen Brown's going to end up being first-team All-NBA, but he's definitely going to be minimum second-team All-NBA. He's been that good this season.
And a very much reason why Boston is not all the way deep in the Nether Sphere. Do they have any hopes of winning a title this year? No. But
if he stays healthy, he's guaranteed to make an All-NBA team. Like, he's been fantastic. Props to Jaylen Brown.
There's your reverse correlation there. Jaylen Brown in Utah.
Probably a nice payout.
All right. Let's see here. What's next on the docket? We've got the Detroit Pistons. Oh, it's Braun Day.
Yes, it is.
Dog, I just seen an Instagram video of somebody doing a LeBron birthday countdown, and he was in the LeBron jersey, but he was doing the tea time with the LeBron jersey.
No draws.
If you know what tea time is, he was doing the tea time with the LeBron jersey as they were counting down LeBron's birthday. It was actually like one of the most insane videos I've ever seen in my life.
But as you say that, I'm not surprised that video exists. So that's
I'm not surprised that it exists at all.
Just saying. But I do want to ask you though, before we get into the game, talk about LeBron. I don't want to get into a full NBA All-Star voting update here. LeBron ninth.
No, let's talk about it. We didn't talk about it at all, actually.
Just asking. I'm not going to get into the full list, but LeBron being ninth.
No, we got 5 minutes, Scott. We got 3 minutes, actually. Yeah,
out of curiosity, are people not voting for him because, one, they know he's going to get in anyway, or two, because people are just fed up with him at this point? Because I actually don't know. LeBron, no matter how good or bad a legendary player is, they usually are top in the votes anyway.
Remember when Kobe was not playing?
Yeah, and Kobe still ended up guaranteed.
Kobe was not legit not playing at all.
And he still led everybody in votes as always. But LeBron being ninth in his own conference, while Luka, his own teammate, is number one in all votes.
Would you like to know? Let's play a little. Matter of fact, let's play a game. And I want you to tell me if you think this person has more votes than LeBron or not.
I know Denny Avdia does, so that's going to be part of it. Avdia's got more votes than Durant and LeBron. Not combined, but separately.
Yeah, he does. He does. That is absolutely hilarious to me, the fact that he does, but he somehow does. Jaylen Brown.
Brown has more, I believe.
Oh, dude, it's not even close.
Brown has more, and he's complaining he should have even more because he was doing podcasting for PR stuff, and he's still.
Dude, he's got 800,000 votes. Braun has 530.
Once again, LeBron is ninth in his own conference in voting, and I'm asking you: are people not voting for him because they're tired of LeBron? Like, what's going on? Ninth is crazy.
No. I think it's because he didn't play the first part of the season, and when he did play, he's not doing much.
Giannis also missed a bunch of games, and he's the leading vote getter in the Eastern Conference.
And you got to think, for as much Braun fans as he has equally as much haters. So now that the fans are kind of just like, oh, all right, this is ending his time, the haters are like, yes.
I'm just saying, because he always had haters, though. Like, he was always going to be.
But it's people purposely not voting Braun. Like, they were purposely not voting
That
Braun.
was one thing that jumped off the page. It wasn't the Avdia votes, it wasn't the whatever. It was the fact that LeBron right now overall, I think, is 16th in votes.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by the Avdia votes because when people like somebody and they're doing good, they really do support them. Because do you remember the year that Zaza Pachulia was like one of the leading vote getters?
Yeah, Warriors fans trolled the entire process. But it's also different for Avdia because he's the best player in the history of a country. So if you have a bunch of Jewish and Israeli people voting for Avdia, that sounds pretty par for the course. Like, that doesn't surprise me. Well, I'm sure Giannis has a bunch of votes because Greek people are voting for him. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like, once again, if you're the best player in a small country, a lot of supporters from that country are going to vote for you. It's just how it goes. So I'm not surprised Avdia has so many votes.
Last point. U.S. players with a million votes. Tyrese Maxey, Steph Curry, Jalen Brunson, Cade Cunningham.
Deserved.
I think Cade Cunningham is getting that youth movement that's getting older and being able to go and vote on their own.
Well, right now, Cade would be a top 5 MVP guy. He wouldn't win the award, but he finished top 5. I mean, he's been incredible this season, and Detroit's been really, really good.
All right. Yeah, very interested on the fan return.
But once again, the LeBron fan voting surprised me. He'll make the All-Star team anyway, because, of course, they'll force him to make it, but I'm just surprised he was that low. I thought Braun supporters would have him in the top 5 as always. But I'm interested to see if this plays any part. If this plays any part in somebody that does or doesn't make the team, when they do all the little measurements, calculations. I wonder if this plays any part. But what was it last year? LaMelo was number 1 in fan voting, and he missed the entire All-Star game. I don't know if it matters at all, but I'm pretty sure LaMelo was number one in fan voting. And he
Boy,
wasn't on the
it was
roster.
high. It was high. It was high.
It doesn't really mean anything, but it's a good gauge for me to tell which players fans actually like. And apparently they don't like LeBron anymore. It's the Andy, I'm tired of playing with you. And they just dropped LeBron on the floor. It's basically what happened, isn't it? And Durant. Durant's right above LeBron. They're 8 and 9.
And I think it's also really bad because you got all the Luka votes. And then they said, yeah, we're just voting for Luka.
Yeah, so it's not an anti-Laker thing because Luka's number one. It's like Durant and LeBron. They say, no, you guys are like too old. We want the younger guys to get some shine. And I'm like, that's kind of disrespectful. Isn't it?
It's just hilarious. I think it's hilarious. I mean, I get it though. I would not.
Oh no, it made me laugh.
If I took the time to actually, matter of fact, does anybody actually take the time to go vote for the NBA All-Star? I do not take the time.
At no point have I ever voted for an All-Star team.
I don't take the time to go vote.
I thought it was a weird look.
My right to vote.
It's a weird look knowing, I don't know if you have Durant in your top 20 all time. Probably you do. Somewhere in the top 20. It is weird seeing a top 2 player of all time and a top 20 player of all time just get tossed out by the fan voting.
But it is so funny
weird.
We talk about the fan voting like we're not the fans. Like we didn't have a chance to aid this, but no, I never voted it.
It just called me off guard. It called me off guard. They're like 2 all-time great players were just tossed aside by the fans. I just found that kind of weird. But
ooh, yeah, because Kobe was getting voted in when he was playing like 2 games a year. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, pretty much.
Also, brought to you by Novig. Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. You know you're getting the best prices on the market with Novig. Go download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5 when you use our promo code SGPN. That is just SGPN for Novig. Promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Crushed the NFL this season. Steph definitely taking the unders. Just go look for Rhythm and look for sharp under. Those are really, really good plays. When it says that sharp under there, it's one of those smart signals. Make sure you tap in and look at that. You'll get all the best plays with their data and models over there at Rhythm. You can use Rhythm models and just keep using their models, or you can build your own models over there as well. Lock in college basketball, NBA, all of that. So go tap in with Rhythm. Make sure you use that promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app and get 25% off for your first month. That is SGPN25. Download Rhythm right now. Now let's get into the game. We are talking about Bron Day, and they are in Los Angeles. Schedule makers didn't have anything to do with that. Lakers are catching 2.5 against the Pistons at home. 233.5 is the total. Injury report for this game, and we have for the Detroit Pistons, it looks like Karis LeVert is doubtful. That's the only thing I have here. And then for the Lakers, Rui Hachimura is still out, Gabe Vince is still out, Austin Reeves is out.
I want to ask you about Detroit because they're still good, but they've been struggling a bit more lately. Lost to Utah. I know Utah.
Well, we don't blame. Yep, don't blame them. I do not blame them for losing at Utah at all. Now, lost to the Clippers.
No, well, to be fair, Kawhi did go back to Toronto and he dropped like 55. So
I get that, but still, it's still the Clippers. And so the loss to the Clippers was the one where I was like, oh, ooh. But so I'm torn because I do think the Lakers find a way to win at home.
I do too. On LeBron's birthday?
But see, I also the Lakers also have this bad tendency of whenever Bron has a moment, they do not live up to the expectations.
That is definitely true.
It's so many times that Bron might have been going for X scoring mark or X wins mark or Bronny's first game or something like that. Like all these marks that Bron has, they always lose.
It's going to be depressing. You could also bring up the Kobe game where Dame dropped like 40 something and they got blown out. So yes, it has happened many times before. But I'll ask you about Detroit though. Kind of ignoring LA. Do you have any concerns at all with how the Pistons are playing? Because I still question their guard depth. I love Cade. I think Cade's a very, very good player. Mm-hmm. I mean, Jenkins had a moment there earlier this season.
He did.
But you have him with Ivy. I still think they need a better, more consistent backup guard, or at least to get some better shooting. Because these Ivy and Holland minutes, I'm just not into. I think they do need to trade for somebody.
Energy.
His energy is good. He can't shoot. Like the spacing is abysmal when he's on the court. You throw him and Asar together, you got some serious shooting problems. I do think they need to make a move or two, unless you want to bank on LeVert being a reliable option off the bench. I do think their bench needs some work, but the Pistons play defense. They have Cade. The Lakers are the opposite. They play no defense at all, but they have a bunch of scores. So it's kind of an interesting matchup here. But I'm assuming you're going with the Lakers, or you're going with
I think I'm going with Pistons. I'm sorry, the Lakers always just find ways to lose these Bron moments, and like on his birthday, I don't have his record in a Lakers jersey on his birthday. Actually playing on his birthday, I don't think it's actually happened too many times. But like, I just don't think it's good. All memory of me watching Bron's moments. I remember there was actually one game. I can't remember which game he won, but he won one game, and AD said it in the media. He was like, "Yeah, I was happy to finally get Bron a win." Like it was times that he always would have these moments, and we just continue to lose that game. I was happy to finally win one. Like they always lose these Bron moments. So like it's the anti Bron game for me. Like maybe Bron turns back the clock and does something spectacular this game, but the Lakers are going to lose. I'm going with the Pistons. I think the Pistons are legit one of the best teams in the league. I think that they'll figure it out defensively. Yeah, there could be some moments and some questions off the bench without LeVert being there, especially because Ivy hasn't played the best. You said it. Holland, like he's got to be 2 feet near the basket if he's going to make that shot.
He might punch LeBron in the face, but I just question his actual outside shooting. I like his energy. Yeah. He just can't shoot.
Over technical fouls in the game for sure. Whatever that line is at, over technical fouls for everybody.
Oh, Isaiah Stewart. Is there an Isaiah Stewart tech that we can get? As he tramples 7 people trying to get to LeBron.
And there's no Russell this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like I think this Pistons team is going to be able to come in here and play some defense. I don't really see that for the Los Angeles Lakers here. I think Cade has some big games, able to get everybody going. Pistons get it done here.
I think I'm going to disagree. I'll go with the Lakers in this game.
Okay.
I'm a bit lower on Detroit than you are. I acknowledge that they are still a top 2 team right now in the East, but I still have question marks. The fact is, if Luka and LeBron, ignoring individual stats, if Luka and LeBron combine for 60, which I think is a realistic mark for this game, I really don't know, besides Cade, who I trust on a game-in, game-out basis to give you a scoring punch. Do you trust Tobias Harris? Not really. Duran, do I trust? Not as much as I should offensively. He was great earlier in the year. I'd say recently he's kind of cooled off a bit. He's still great rebounding-wise, obviously. But, you're looking at Duran's minutes. He's played 32. He had 18 points, 22, scored 11, 32. He had a monster game there. So Duran can occasionally give you a 20-piece. But then you throw in the Ivies and you throw in the Hollands and the Asars. And unless Duncan Robinson gets really hot from 3, I don't really trust a lot of the scoring depth that Detroit has. So I'll go for the Lakers in this game at home. So far, the West Coast trip for Detroit's been up and down. Started off well, beat Portland, beat Sacramento, then lost to Utah and lost to L.A., the other L.A. team. So I'm not really a fan of how they played recently in California, or I should say in the West Coast, because they also played in Utah. So I'll fade Detroit on the West Coast trip. I'll take the Lakers on the money line in this game.
All right. We're both on over.
I'm not taking an under in the Lakers game. All right. They don't guard anybody.
Actually, have any of their home games gone under yet?
Let me check the last Lakers game that they played. Lakers last game they played the Kings.
The last 2.
That went under because the Kings stink. They only scored 101.
And then Reeves went down, and it was a complete ugly crap. All of that.
The point is, defensively, they tend to give up at least 115, and I do think you should get at least one of these teams breaking 120. So I think this total's too low. I'll go with the over. If you want to go blindly for a Cade 35-40 piece, you have my blessing too. Because Cade, if the Pistons do win this game, Cade really might drop like 35.
Yeah. Who's going to guard him?
On the Lakers? Nobody.
Yeah.
You're calling pick and rolls, and you probably have either Ayton or Luka being switched on to him. Have fun with that for about 4 quarters. That's not the matchup you want. So we'll see.
Oh, yeah. Wow. I'm surprised you're on the Lakers, actually, Scott. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it's mainly just me. Maybe it's just a test for me on the Pistons, but I'll test them out and see how they look in this game.
Yeah, nobody's surprised I went Pistons here.
I mean, they've made you a lot of money this season. There's no reason.
Oh, man. Shout out to Eddie in the chat. Pistons are up. All right. Sacramento. Los Angeles Clippers playing in that Intuit Dome here. Clippers at home laying 9.5 against the Sacramento Kings. 220.5 is the total. Injury report for these two teams, and I have for the there we go. All right, for the for Los Angeles Clippers, I just saw a graphic about Caleb Love. By the way, shout out to Caleb Love for taking whatever VJ Edgecombe said to him very, very seriously.
He went off in the fourth quarter yesterday.
He was very
good.
He's been hooping this whole year. Like, he's had different moments this whole year where he's put up a really good game. Like, shout out to whatever VJ Edgecombe telling him he was trash and he got into his bag and he's making a really good impact for Portland. But we're talking about the Clippers here. John Collins is questionable. Bogdan Bogdanovic is out. Zubac is out with that ankle injury. Oh, man. Bradley Beal, I'm going to say your name every time because this is just comical at this point. You're out. Who has more value, Bradley Beal or Trae Young?
Wait, you're talking about right now if you were to...
No, just, I mean, next year. So Beal's supposed to be healthy next year. Like,
it has nothing to do with health. It's solely based on contract because Trae's obviously better than Beal. Beal's washed at this point. The question is, would you rather pay Beal $5 million on an expiring,
or would you pay that $40 million to
Trae right now a $43 million extension, and he's probably due a big contract? It comes down solely to contract, but right now, basketball-wise, Trae's better than Bradley Beal. That's not even close. It comes down to contract.
How far have you fallen, my guy?
I'm just sorry.
Have you fallen?
Trae's definitely better than Beal, but it comes down to if you'd rather pay Beal basically the minimum to just sit there, or would you rather be willing to pay Trae a lot of money in an extension? That's really the question. Yeah.
There's Bradley Beal. They out here saying Trae Young is like light years better than you.
Oh no, Beal is washed at this point.
Dude, you are so dog. Everything is just so sorry. Because
am I wrong?
I'm not arguing it. I'm not arguing it. I'm just saying, like, it's really crazy that we're now talking about you like this, like, because Trae's literally out there not doing anything.
Correct. But Trae is still on the court. I mean, Beal had what? It was a hip issue.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what it was this time around.
I think Beal's career is over at this point.
Keegan Murray is questionable. Zach LaVine is out. Domantas Sabonis is out. That Wizards stench yeah, like, come on. All right, let's reevaluate the Clippers here. Do we have to reevaluate the Clippers here?
I think we have to. Since
are
Zubac got injured, they're undefeated.
A better team now? Like,
Zubac got injured, and now they're undefeated. I'm not saying Zubac was holding this team back, but
that's what happened.
The spacing is noticeable. Lopez had a monster game against Portland. Shout out to Lopez. He helped me win my lock. I gave out the Clippers, actually, on the show when you were not on the show on Friday, and they won. They look good. I mean, Kawhi went back to being prime Kawhi for now. Harden's been good, and Lopez has been solid as a fill-in starting center. So, yeah, I mean, they look like an actual NBA team right now. So we'll see what happens, but I'm acknowledging it. I'm not saying that it's real. I'm not saying this is who the Clippers are going to be for the rest of the season. But over the last week or two, they look like an actual NBA team, and we know what the Kings are. So I might actually take the Clippers, but I'll put it this way. If I was going to take the Kings, it would be the first half. Because the Clippers in a couple of these games against the Rockets and against the Trailblazers no-showed the first quarter and a half, and they woke up in the second half. So the Clippers have been a slow starting team lately, which I have noticed. So I don't mind Kings' first half, but I do think the Clippers win this game and probably cover. So I'll go with the Clippers, and Kawhi probably drops 30 in this game. Thoughts?
Clippers 7-3 ATS in their last 10 games. They've won 5 of them. No, Scott. 7-2-1 in the first half too. So, yeah, the Kings are just astronomically bad. That's really what it is for me. But, like, I don't know. I feel like I've seen this story before where we get this team, they start, all right, crescendoing back up again. You're covering as a dog. You won. You beat the Lakers as a dog. You beat Houston as a 7.5-point dog. You were laying points against Portland, but you got it done. You were able to win, and you were a dog against Detroit. You got it done. Like, now you're laying 9.5. This is a really big jump in expectation for this Clippers team, and Yeah, I think you can get up for an LA game, a Houston game, a Detroit game. Are you getting up for the Kings coming to town? I don't think so. 3-11 as a favorite this season. Have they ever laid a number? They've never laid a number this big this season because we've known not to give them a number this big. Like, this is just a really large number for the Clippers. I'm going Kings plus points.
Yeah, once again, I understand that. I've pivoted a bit more to the Clippers, mainly because I did pick them as a lock, and they actually covered for me. So they did me a solid last time. So they're currently in my good graces. They look good.
And I mean, the Kings have been on this on again, off again thing. Like,
yeah. I mean, the Kings aren't a well-coached team. They have some talent on the roster, though. I actually don't mind their youngster. I think Ronaldo is actually pretty good as a rookie center. I think he's pretty good. But either way, I mean, Keon Ellis had a moment last game. I think he's really in a weird spot. He should be playing more than he is. But I think the Clippers, if they show up focused, they should win this game comfortably. But Westbrook used to play there, and maybe Westbrook's pissed off and he ends up having a solid game. Like, who knows? But I'll take the Clippers in this game. I'm not going to bet the Clippers minus 9.5, but I think I'll pick them by comparison.
You guys know how much I hate the Kings on this show for selfish reasons. I'd consider a Kings bet tonight. I'm not going to lie. I'm very much considering a Kings bet tonight. I just feel like 9.5 is insane for this Clippers team. I'm sorry. Like, that's too much expectation. And I don't know. I feel like anytime that I have tried to ride the bandwagon of a hot team and they were laying this big of a number, kind of fall on face. Feel like they're going to fall flat in their face. Maybe you get the win, but no way they come.
Once again, if the Clippers fall apart, I get to laugh at the Clippers, which is always fun. But at the same point, I think they actually look better. So we'll see. Then again, if Kawhi keeps playing like this, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Mm-hmm. Kawhi's been a lunatic for the last week and a half. So even the game against Portland, never a monster game stats-wise, but he had a poster dunk on Klingon. I haven't seen Kawhi poster anybody in 5 years. And he threw it down right on his head. Like, I watched that live. So, no, Kawhi is on one right now.
Oh, dude. Like, yeah, he is. He is. All right. Well, total's at 220.5.
I think I'd go over because I don't trust the Kings to guard anybody. But it could go either way.
I think it's less about good defense and more about bad efficiency. Give me under.
Okay. It's also a bit weird, though, is that they have not played yet this season. I figured being in the same division, they would have played at least one time already, but they have 4 meetings, and this is the first one.
Come on. 9.5 points. Way too many. Way too many. I'm very much I wouldn't feel comfortable if I lost money with the Kings, but I don't know. My gut is ringing and it's saying something about Kings plus 9.5 right now.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. All right, let's get into it. Lock, dog, underdog.
All right. You want me to go first?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Unfortunately, I was hoping to go for the narrative, but the sports books are aware of what's going on. Because Jaylen Brown's had exactly 30 in like 5 of the last 8 games, which is very, very frustrating.
What's his line?
31.5.
So, I mean, that gives you your answer of what you need to do.
That's the point, is that they know. And 30
you know what
points
you need
is
to do.
-174. Yeah, you take the Shea approach and you take him to get exactly 30 points.
Yeah,
but
you got to go under. Like, what happens if you take under 31.5 and then you take for 30 plus points? Like, what does that do?
It's probably not a good enough payout, but either way, you know what? I'm going to go for it anyway. Give me Jaylen Brown over 31.5 points at -120. I'm going to do it. I'll gamble on it.
Dude, you know this is supposed to be an under.
Just saying. He had 37 against Portland last game. The fact is he's getting the minutes, and the fact is Utah still can't guard anybody. Whether Keontae plays or not, I think we're each picking Boston to probably score 120, 115 in this game. I think Jaylen Brown's going to have a monster game. The fact is, if he's going to be in the game to get to 30, and we think Utah can hang in there and make this game competitive, then I think he's not going to get pulled once he gets to 30. Plus, the last game against Utah, they played earlier this year. Boston only scored 103, and Jaylen Brown at 36. So he's been good against this team. It's a good matchup in general. The narrative's there to keep the streak alive. I'll gamble if Jaylen Brown does score 30 or 31, I will be devastated. But I think it's a good play. Give me Jaylen Brown over 31.5 points as my lock at -120. For the dog on the show, that I like any actual dogs for the value, I mean, the Lakers aren't a good enough price, but if I wanted to throw in something, I probably could do that. Or I could look, I mean, a lot of the dogs are pretty cheap. I mean, you're looking at Detroit, who's favored by 2.5. Grizzlies Phillies favored by 1.5. I might have to go for a same game parlay here, but I do think the Lakers are going to win tonight. Maybe it's just me. So I will go with the Lakers money line. And you know what? I will throw in a birthday Braun. Give me LeBron to score 20 points. LeBron 20 points with the Lakers money line plus 172.
All right. I would like to give out more coverage, but I think my two plays are in the same game, Scott.
Okay.
Lock.
Utah plus points.
Thank you. Like, come on. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? Come on. And it's the Will Hardy revenge game. He knows his team. He's got to win against them on the road this season where Utah sucks, and now they're at home. Yes, Utah plus 8.5. They keep this close at the bare minimum. Expecting a money line win here. For the dog, I decided I couldn't just give out Utah money line. And so, I've been telling you, Isaiah Collier season, man. It's here. It's upon us. You can play this a multitude of ways. I like the latter approach. You've got one, for him to get 8+ assists is plus 113. That's how I know this is going to come through. They're already projecting it. They understand. It's really now we're getting a good line because if Keontae George is out, this really should be 8.5.
No, he's going to play like 30 minutes.
Yeah, if Keontae George is out, this is a benefit of one. He can still do some work with Keontae George out there as questionable, maybe playing a little banged up. But if he's out, we're definitely getting a better line than we probably should have. So plus 190 will be my dog at 9+ assists for Isaiah Collier today, plus 190. I am going to have some action on 5-1 for him to get a double-double. I think that is well in the range of him for him today. He's had 2 double-doubles already this season in, limited role. I think that they're going to free him today, especially if Keontae George doesn't go. So I like Isaiah Collier to have a big day here today.
Cool.
Underdog.
I mean, if you want to recycle Collier stuff, I'm completely fine with that.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see if he's on Underdog because Underdog was but Underdog's been getting better about having way more players earlier. Yeah, so he's not on Underdog right now. So I don't know, man. I feel like that 31.5. I understand it was a very good handicap, and we can play Jaylen Brown. I really wouldn't be upset about it, but if it doesn't hit. It's because he went to actually 30. He actually went for 30 again.
The point is, if we're giving Utah a puncher's chance in the game, I'm hoping Jaylen does not get sat at any point once he gets to 30. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it.
No, it's okay. We could go with it. We can go with it.
Okay, sure.
All right, Jaylen Brown higher, 31.5. More so because if it doesn't happen and he gets actually 30, I would much like to laugh at that.
Yeah, that's fair too. And then you want to go Maxey?
Oh, Max. Yeah, I can go for a Max.
I mean, I don't know who's going to guard him on the Grizzlies. So
27.5 higher.
Sure. I mean, we know he might take 30 shots in the game, so I can handle that.
Let's see. Kawhi's at 29.5. We could play some variation of Westbrook if you would like. Probably should stay away from that though. Who's else got a glaring matchup? I mean, no, I would not. I mean, Joel Embiid should be a free roll, but sometimes he just be no.
I think he might not play.
Yeah.
So that's the problem there.
Kate, let's just go with Kate. Nobody's stopping Kate today.
Nobody's going to guard him. Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
You want to do Cade PA though, because you might get an assist game in there.
KPA is at 26.5 is the points.
Assists are probably at 8.5, 9.5.
Yeah, so he's at 36.5 for the PA.
Okay.
All right.
That's fine.
Doesn't sound crazy. All right. Tyrese Maxey higher 27.5 points. Jaylen Brown higher 31.5 points. And Cade Cunningham higher 36.5 points and assists. 6x. $100 gets $600 over there at Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. Ooh, let's see. And look at that. I got a snowball bonus where every entry it gets bigger and bigger. So look at that. 50%. Oh, a 50% profit boost. Might be used.
Once again, unwrapped. Check out Underdog.
Yeah, 8.5x now. $100 gets me $850 over there at Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGP. And Scott, anything else for people before we get up out of here?
Not really. Once again, pretty limited NBA card, but either way, should be some fun games. Looking forward to it. Yeah, besides that, I'm not on the NBA show for the rest of the week, so enjoy.
See it.
Peace.
Take it easy. What else? Yeah, no, that's it. He's at Reichel Radio. I'm at really real __. Make sure you give us a follow at SGPN NBA on the good old X as well. YouTube.com/NBA Gambling Podcast. If you're listening on podcast, make sure you subscribe, comment, all of that stuff. Drop a like on the video on the way up out of here. 5-star rating and review wherever you get your podcast. All the support is appreciated. Happy New Year to everybody.
Oh,
well,
one more
Scott,
thing.
for sure.
One more thing. Pat myself on the back. My 5-9 fantasy team won the championship, so it feels good. Feels good. 5-9 made the playoffs. You know who I use as my fantasy defense and special teams? Let's go Giants. Deonte Banks, kick return touchdown. Appreciate it. Thank you. Really helped me out. I know you can't stand the guy. But
they haven't been used. That's why I said play him all season. He's a great kick returner. Do you know all season he's been averaging the most kick return yards, but they want to keep throwing Gunner or whatever his name is out there. And he goes and cribs one. Like, it's just so annoying. He's playing out of position. He's been playing out of position all year. Thanks for reminding me.
Either way.
And also, my fantasy team led the league in points and didn't make it past the
5-9. What a ridiculous run. But either way, never in doubt for me. I got paid, so officially a fantasy winner. Feels good. My third time winning. So there you go.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Feels good.
All right.
Feels good.
Nothing else to say. Nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just gonna do it like this. We are out of here.
Basketball.